Hi everybody, welcome back. It's the 3rd of September 2020, the day after my 50th birthday. And yeah, I've just been throwing some garlic roasters. Trying to sort out some nice lugs, but I'm struggling to get them to look nice. Yeah, so what I'm doing with these is I'm putting the gallery on the lid because I made our cats a couple of bowls this summer, and I put the gallery on this section, and I just found that it got quite messy. Oops, I've just knocked that. Yeah, so my thinking is just a nice bowl form like so is going to be a bit cleaner than having the gallery in that part. Yeah, I had another small glaze firing yesterday that I've just unloaded. I actually fired it too fast. Yeah, gotta stop rushing the firings, but this is quite interesting. This is my ash glaze over the red iron oxide slip, and the ash, it looks more vivid, much more in your face, I guess. Yeah, and here's a Freddie Moretti style egg poacher that I'm going to have a go with shortly. Hopefully the eggs won't redecorate the inside of my microwave. This is the new Corova terracotta slip. Normally I put my Nuka over the red iron oxide slip, and yeah, it's not so nice. And here's this was in the corner of the kiln and it's hardly fired at all. This was a big disappointment. I had to put it in the kiln on an angle from leaning up against the door, like so, up against the back wall of the kiln. So I couldn't really glaze it because obviously it would have stuck to the wall. So I just poured a bit of this Cronin glaze over it, and then blew some wood ash on. But once again, my joined pots are coming apart, and I can't understand why, because I scored it, I slipped it with vinegar and slip, and it was quite wet when I joined it. So yeah, that's a real disappointment, folks. This isn't too bad, my Chino glaze, but again I'd call this a disastrous firing. I dropped this on the floor before I put it in the kiln, so it's got a big indent there. Yeah, this didn't work. Not how I expected it to fire at all. I think I said that I didn't get my black underglaze. I just used ilmenite. It's not fired how I thought it would. I thought it'd be nice and glossy. So it's a little bit satiny, but again, folks, I threw it too thin. It's gone out of shape. I just put a clear glaze on the inside, so that'll be for the bin, I think. Just a bit of fun again. Cat bowls fired nicely. I fired those rim to rim. What else, folks? Oh yeah, this Chun Celadon matches my radio. Yeah, I thought it'd look nicer on a white clay body, but I don't think it does. Anyway, that's the same glaze as this, which was on the shelf above, and this has turned out pink and green. This is one of those 5-wick oil lamps I had another go at making, but this one wasn't like my clip. This one I threw in 2 parts. This is hollow all the way up, and then I stuck this top section on. Yep, so that's that, folks. Just goes to show, probably 8 inches apart, and look at the difference. One of the gnomes, I was worried about the moustaches being a bit flaky and falling off, but I don't think they will. And this is the rust red glaze that's recommended for an oxidization firing electric kiln. It's really nice actually. I put 3 quite thick coats on this with a brush. Still reminds me of a Temaku, but I will definitely use that again. Yeah, I countersunk the stopper so it sits quite nicely. So I'm just going to finish off this garlic roaster. Yeah, I've been shying away from making ovenware, folks, because I've read some horror stories about the pots exploding in the microwave and oven. But thankfully Jeff from Potter's Journals reassured me, give me some advice, which I appreciate. So these are just going to be for myself. See how things go. Just be my luck to sell something, for it to pop in the oven and cause harm to somebody. Just going to give this a little tiny raised foot. I actually added the last piece of crank clay to this. It's been sitting around for quite a few weeks. I thought I'll get rid of it. It's quite groggy. Just give it a little tidy up. Smooth it off. Now the lid. It's quite shabby, this is. Pay a bit more attention to my lids. What I'm doing is I'm creating the gallery on the lid instead of the base of the pot, basically because I made our cats a couple of bowls. Yeah, with lids on, and in the hope that it'll keep the flies away and stop them laying their eggs in the cat food. But I found the gallery on the bottom part of the pot got quite messy, so I'm thinking this is probably a better way of doing it. Grab a piece of clay for the knob. Rolling it out a little bit and flattening the bottom, making sure there's no hollows in there so it explodes in the kiln. Keep reminding myself to throw the lids a bit thicker here if I'm throwing knobs on top of them so they don't collapse inwards, which this one's starting to do slightly. I want these to be quite chunky, so I've got oven gloves on. Get a good grip of it. Probably not quite as big as this actually. Really helps to wedge your clay before throwing a knob like this, which I didn't do. Should be able to get a good grip of that. It's just a case of sticking a couple of lugs on that I made yesterday. On the base.